On September 30th, 2021, the world was introduced to Thomas and Friends All Engines Go. And I'm not even going to beat around the bush. This is the worst show that I've ever seen in my entire life, except for maybe Moon Girl and Devil Democrat. That show is still the worst to ever do it, but Hollywood really seems to want to outdo themselves. Anyway, All Engines Go is a show with a terrible concept that honestly should have never been made. And yes, I know that Mattel is making gangbusters from the overpriced merchandise from this show, but is it their fault for selling it, or is it the fault of the idiot consumers who mindlessly buy these stupid toy trains? This may be a hot take, but the Thomas the Tank Engine franchise has been carried by idiot adults who have too much money and a virginity that has no chance of being taken by anyone anytime soon. But these morons will come out of their troll cave basements to defend this show at any cost. Well, they must not know that they're messing with a true American patriot. Hi, I'm the PNGtuber, and today we're going to be going over why Thomas and Friends All Engines Go is a show so bad that I genuinely want the international community to declare it a crime against humanity. I know that I say that a lot, but this show absolutely deserves it. First, let's talk about the good. And honestly, you could put everything good about All Engines Go into a show and still have plenty of room for fun. The only good thing about this show is that every episode eventually ends. And that's about it. And now for the negatives. Where do I even begin with this? All Engines Go has abysmal animation that looks like it was drawn by a 10-year-old on speed. Stories that came right out of the septic tank in my backyard. And the characters' voices are so annoying that it makes me want to drive a nail through my skull just to get them to shut the hell up. I genuinely don't know if they could have made a worse show if they tried. I don't know how they did it, but they managed to cross the line with this. I was expecting a quality show like Kiff, but instead I get this atrocity. The day that this show finally ends will be the greatest day of my entire life. But if you look at how many seasons that the old show had, our grandchildren may literally be dead by the time that they take this crap off the air. And another thing, who is this show even for? Little kids are too busy watching Chinese Communist Party propaganda on TikTok. Older kids think that Thomas the Tank Engine is stupid because it literally is, and anybody above the age of 10 that's still watching crap like this probably needs to see a psychiatrist. Because if you can't stop watching this garbage after that point, then it's only a matter of time before you go off the deep end and start voting for Democrats. Honestly, if I was a parent and I caught my kid watching this, I would put them up for adoption. Not just because they were watching the show, but because it would take every fiber of my being not to strangle the ever-loving hell out of them, and I don't know if I would be able to resist. But with all that said, Thomas and Friends All Engines Go is one of the worst shows that ever exist in the history of mankind. I just don't understand how these Hollywood studios get away with putting out low-quality crap like this. But either way, I'm an PNGtuber getting way too angry about this cartoon made for idiots and small children, and signing off. Bye!